We are recording now. Sorry. Just this week it's the final week of our official, the one that we set out to do. Can you believe it's been 6 weeks, you guys? Like, it's insane, right? So we have our another $300 winner, right? And if you're brand new, you're like, what is that? Guess what? If you just got started and you're like, wait a second, hop on the Power Hours, submit your DMOs. You can get in like the drawing to win the $300, just like everybody else, right? $300 cash money for you. So stay tuned for that. Also, I'm going to kind of do a quick poll before we get rolling here with everybody here. So moving forward, we've been having a lot of conversations about what like these Power Hours. So I'm going to throw out like 3 options. Like, number 1, you want to take a break from them. So if that's you, you're like, I want to take a break, put 1 from Power Hours. Number 2, I would like to do them 1 time a week. Wait. That's going to confuse me. So can we do A, B, C, D? Let's do that. A is you want to take a break from Power Hours. B is you would like to keep them to maybe just 1 time a week over the next few weeks. C is going to be you'd like to do them 2 to 3 times a week, scheduled out. And then D, I keep on saying I'm like equating it wrong, is going to be like, let's keep going every single day, 1 a day, like let's roll with it. So in the comment, dang guys. Okay, let's keep going with it then. I love all of this. There's so many D's. Awesome. I agree. I absolutely love them. We have so many people that are volunteering, stepping up, wanting to do this. So maybe we will add some. I know like a bunch for our leadership today, we're talking about some fun things to do. So yeah, exactly. So tomorrow on that 2 p.m. Power Hours, are we all ready to hop on and be there? I'll see all your faces on it tomorrow. Awesome. I'm super excited about that. Awesome. So don't forget, they are happening this week. If you, again, I'm running, we have a opportunity call for our team that is happening on Thursday. Plug in with your pro champ. Find out where you should be plugging in for these calls, where you should be plugging your people in for these calls. This is just this is just a blanket reminder for anybody that was wondering. Also, stay tuned to your pulse. All of these calls that they're pulsing out about like, bring a guest. These are all opportunity calls that you can plug all of your people and all of your prospects in. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned to that so that you can make sure that you have a plethora of people to plug them into, number 1, and that on any given day, you're not like, hey, wait till Thursday, or I have this thing happening on, a month from now, or whatever it is. Like, you can create that urgency and you can get them on the call that night, that next day, just to keep things moving, especially with this dollar promoter thing. So how many people here have heard of the Dollar Keto Club? Anyone here absolutely loving it? Yeah, it's been awesome. Super excited about it. We've had a ton of energy coming around it. We're going to hear from lots of people tonight. Well, we have 2 people that we're going to hear from, and hopefully we'll have other people popping in for you guys, just to kind of share their hearts, what they're going through and stuff like that. But speaking of hearts, so hold on a second. I'm switching things up today. So how many people here have been in your house all day long? How many people how many people here feel like you may be going a little stir crazy? You're like, what's happening, right? So something I really want to do, and I've actually been talking about wanting to do this on a Power Hour, and I just haven't done it, is I thought that instead of starting with gratitude, we're going to get the energy up in this room, right? Well, in the Zoom room, okay? So this is what we're going to do. If you're new, my name is Trish McFarland. I'm a little weird. I thought this would be really fun to do, is I'm going to put some music on, and we're going to get up, and we're going to have like 30 to 45 seconds of us doing what Joseph McClendon III always tells us to do, and that is shake our booty and shake it off. So if you're like, I ain't standing up, you can do it in your chair, you can do whatever. Someone better full computer screen record this. I know someone definitely, yeah, we're going to have a virtual dance party, right? Everyone's having virtual happy hours. We're going to have a virtual dance party right now. You guys ready for it? I hope my music is, I picked a kid-friendly thing because I know we all have humans. All right, you guys ready? You guys can take yourself off mute if you want, but here we go.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that happen in my pocket when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it. It's so phenomenal to me. So don't stop. Under the lights, when everything goes. Nowhere to hide and to close. When we move, as you already know. It's
You guys feeling good? I'm all sweaty from my ring light. Awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. I thought it was fun. I thought it'd be a good way to get the energy up, get us ready and rocking out for this call. Thank you for everyone that jumped on and danced with me. I'm out of breath. And I bet you I probably woke Griff up. So he's going to be, I'm sweating too. And I have a tank top on right now. All right. So tonight we're talking all about ways to do exactly what we just did, right? To create and keep the energy going. And I really need to take a sip of water. I'm sorry. All right. So something that we just heard on this call that we just got off of, Blake Mallon, he said this, and it was super. He said this quote, and when he said it, it was like everybody was kind of like, "Wow, that like makes so much sense." And that's crisis doesn't build character. I'm really out of breath. It reveals character. And what he means by that is that a lot of times we hear people like, "Oh, like we're going through this, it's going to make us stronger." And I'm not saying it's not going to do that, right? It has nothing to do with that, but like it really reveals the character of the people that we are. Because most of us right now, we're going through things that we've never experienced before. We've never been through this before. Griff has never been like, he calls me teacher mom right now. He's like, "Wait, are you my teacher mom?" Right? But a lot of us, you have kids at home right now that they're missing out on like really important things at the end of their school year, right? You're all of a sudden you went from maybe you were working full time to not working, and you're at home right now and you're like also like thrown into teacher. And like, if you have middle schoolers, like God bless you. I will pray for you tonight. Okay. But like, seriously, like we're just all thrown into this, but you have to remember that like it's revealing our character and who we are. If we're freaking out, our kids see that, right? So like, know that your kids are watching, and know that people are watching, because the culture that is happening in your house right now, you are creating that. You get to create that by leading, right? And you're leading yourself, you're leading your family. And so tonight we're going to hear from some people that are really going to just be sharing their hearts and like, what have they been doing, right? During all of this, and like, how are they leading themselves, leading this conversation, moving forward? Because you have to remember through all of this, you guys, that your energy could be the reason that someone completely shifts their energy in their day. Like, does anyone realize that on here? Like, how many people here build a social media business? Like, that's primarily how you do it. Okay. People are watching you right now. Like, how many, in the comments, give me on average how much time you've spent on social media just today. If someone says less than 10 minutes, Macy's face was like, "Oh goodness, it's been a lot." Yeah, like I can't. I swear, I get on TikTok and I was like, it's been 5 minutes, and literally it's been 7 days. I haven't showered. I'm sweating still, right? Yeah, like that's us. And even though that's where our business is, that's what everybody's doing right now. Every single person is on their social media all day long. That's what they're doing. So like what you post, we talked about it last week. We talked about just being the light. be the light, be the certainty for people, because there are people that they are scared. There's funny memes going around. I love them. But seriously, like, post positive stuff, continue charging this conversation, like, be the certainty that you're going to show up every single day on people's newsfeed, no matter what, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening at their house right now. Like, you are that certainty. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring some people on, and they're just going to share, and I'm super excited to hear from them. So make sure we give them lots and lots of love in the comments and stuff like that. I have a couple of tips that we can kind of end on, and then if we have anyone else that you have something that you want to share on your heart or something, I want to make sure that you guys tell us and share. So I'm going to start with Sam. So Sam, she's like, oh, great. I called her first. Guys, she showered and washed her hair today. I have to share because we're literally the same human. She's like, well, my husband's like, are you going to wash your hair? I'm like, yeah, Travis probably asks me that all the time, right? It's so true. Like, so I'm super proud of you for doing that, because I actually washed my hair today. So what's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. So it's been I don't even know how many days now in my house, and I got asked to talk. So I was like, oh no, I guess I better wash my hair. So my husband made me. So I work full time.
Hey, Sam.
This is all new territory for me.
Hey, Sam.
Can you hear me?
You're cutting out. Do you have a different, I know it's kind of hard if you're on your laptop. Do you have a different?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
You're cutting out a lot. Do you want to try and move to a different space or room, and I'll hit up our next person and we can circle back around? Was that a yes?
You can't hear me?
Okay. Where is she now?
Okay.
Did she switch? All right. Okay, so we are going, she's trying to get in on her phone. Okay. So I'm gonna move on, and then we will circle right back around to you, Sam, okay? All right, so we have technical difficulties, you guys. It's literally all the time. So I'm so used to this. So, all right, so I'm gonna circle, we'll come back to you, and we are gonna just kind of like shift gears, and I'm gonna just head it down, and I see her, I'm pointing down because that's where she is right now, but Chrissy Petty. So I reached out to Chrissy, and one of the reasons I reached out to her was because, like, every time I'm on Instagram, like, she's just like, it doesn't matter what she's going through. Like, she literally is such a light on Instagram, you guys. Like, her heart is like super clear, super evident. And I was like, I love your energy. And it's something that I really think that people could use to hear from now, like right now. And the fact that she's literally slaying her business right now with growth, with all of these new people. So I asked her to just share some of her tips. So what's up, girl?
Guys, I'm going to start by making sure you can hear me. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Doreen, I just died at your comment. I think it was you that said you sound like the coolest robot. The robot is my jam. If you didn't see me doing my dance, it's like literally since I was a kid, like cheesiest dance ever, but I'm known in my high school and my junior high as, oh, Chris busts out the robot every time there's like dance. I don't care if it's cheesy or not, but it's just very fun. So if you can like learn the head pop, it makes it a lot more fun for you doing it. So thank you so much, Trish. Yeah, Trish asked me today to share a little bit, and I'm always like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Mostly because I have no sort of like time knowledge when it comes to talking. Like if she's like, just share it for like 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to be concise, but I took notes on a couple things that I thought would be helpful. And if I kind of have some little tangents, just bear with me because I think it will all come together and make sense. I'm actually hoping that it will. So first I wanted to start with thank you, Trish, for saying such sweet things. I wasn't always very comfortable sharing on my social media platforms, Instagram, and I wasn't always comfortable sharing on that. It's just been about a year now. So that should give you hope that if you are not very good on social media yet, I promise you, if you start today, that you will be okay and you'll be comfortable with like messing up and looking like a weirdo. Like if you just start today and just push yourself, right? So there's hope for those out there because I was not one of them. So a couple notes that I took down, it's on the Dollar Keto Club, right? I don't know about any of you guys, but when that first came out a few days ago, if you're like newer to promoting, if you were like, oh yeah, this is great, I don't even know what I'm doing, let alone how to like get other promoters to join my team or to like have that conversation. Were any of you guys like that? Like, I'm so new, like now I should talk about promoting. Like, so what I wanted to share are a couple ways that I found just in the last few days that's working for me. First is excitement. Like when you go on social media, don't you want to watch someone that's excited or like positive? I mean, I don't like to watch, my promoters know this, that I say this, like be excited, like jump up and down for 10 seconds before you do your story. If you're like laying on your couch all day and you're like, hey guys, like I'm excited every time I get on there. One, I might have a little bit more adrenaline because maybe I'm like a little nervous, but I turn that nervousness into excitement, or at least I like mask it as I'm actually excited, but maybe it's a little bit of nerves. Whatever it's called, it doesn't matter. Channel it into excitement and positivity, right? That wasn't one of the things. I just added that in. See, tangent. One is I'm using this promotion, this opportunity, this exciting thing, the Dollar Keto Club. I'm using this one as a way to help people and give them hope. And the thing one of the things I want to drive home is that people won't ever know about it unless you talk to them about it, right? Whether it's someone who's maybe interested in the opportunity or someone who's a customer or someone who's never tried ketones. They will never know about this unless you talk to them about it, right? I'm using it as a way to drive curiosity. So I personally try not to use like the Prove It Pulse canned, like when they come through and they're, it's a graphic that's educating us as promoters. I try to make my own content. Now, everyone's a little bit different. So you do what works for you, but if you need help on some apps on how to edit, ask your champs and there's lots of opportunities out there, but I try not to ever use that canned, like I won't use the Dollar Keto Club, like just canned graphic, right? But instead I like tweaked it a little bit to kind of drive curiosity. I had the 3 boxes and then I kind of added some text there. But one thing I did was I asked a question and I wrote, do you like these flavors? And it was like heart tart, raspberry lemonade, lime thyme. Like everyone loves those flavors, right? They're like the top 3 flavors. Thank you, Prove It, for that. So I asked a question, okay? I didn't talk about the Dollar Keto Club yet at this point. I just like put that up and I asked, and I did a poll and I did, yeah, these are the bomb or whatever I said. And the others were like, what? That was like the other response. I don't try to do like negatives, like, no, I don't like those, because then you're showing like that people don't like them. So I'll put like WUT, like what? So that, guess what? There is a warm market of people that I can reach out to. Whether they say, yes, those are the best flavors, then I can easily message every person that responded and say, they're, I don't even know what I said. They're so good, right? Wait, you know about the Dollar Keto Club, right? There could be people on there that are already promoters. Maybe some of you guys even responded, yeah, they are the best flavors. But if I wrote back, you know about the Dollar Keto Club, right? I'm not saying like, hey, have you heard about ketones? Do you want to join my team? I'm not being like weird. I'm just asking like, you know about it, right? So some people actually wrote back. Sometimes I can't keep track. And they were like, yeah, I'm so pumped to help more people. Like that was a promoter that wrote to me that I wrote back to, right? So that's cool. Like I move on, but maybe there's someone that says, no, what is that? So I have kind of a warmer market of people that might be interested, right? On the people that said, what? Well, that's an easy market. They have no idea. So then I can talk to them a little bit about, yes, the Dollar Keto Club, but maybe I can recognize they have no idea about ketones at all. And I can shift the conversation into what brings me to my second point, which is a way to sell trials. So the poll or a question, a way to get more of a warm market. See, when I veer off of my notes, I don't follow them. I want to go back really quick, not to the sell trials yet, I'll mention that, but just to go back to the number one, which is a way to share hope and drive curiosity. So after I got some of those results from that poll, I realized that I need to share my story at this point, right? I share my story all the time on my Instagram page because I think repetition is really important, and I drive the same point home a lot on my page. What I do, what's my secret, what's my skill like, what's my story, and why. So I'm ingraining people with like, what is Chrissy's why, and do I need help because maybe I have the same why, right? So what I do is I shared after that little curiosity post, I shared a bit more about my why. And I went back and I said, you know, here's my story, and I won't take time to share it. But I talked a little bit about that. And then I ended with like, I just feel so excited for this dollar thing. I don't even know exactly how I mentioned it, but that's all I said. I didn't say like any details about it or anything, but it drove a lot of curiosity. So one, people saw, oh, I like those flavors. Two, they saw my story. And then I ended with a little like dollar, which left them wanting more. What is she talking about? And then that just started more conversation. So like remembering what Trish just said is everyone is on their phone right now. Like if you're not having massive conversations and building new relationships and targeting your older relationships, like this is the time. Start tonight. Just talk to people because they're all on their phones and they're all watching you, right? So I never shared the details. I didn't share the 40% off. I didn't share, I mean, aside from saying $1, I didn't share like, this is a way to join my team kind of thing, right? And so it moved into the second, and that is I used it as a way to sell trials. So in all of the people that I have conversations with, and from that little curiosity post, I have all these people that I can figure out where they're at in their ketone story. If they've never heard about them, then I'll go back to starting the ketone conversation, right? If they're semi-interested, then, you know, I can channel it from there. And then lastly, if they've been my customer and they're like, what are you talking about? What is this dollar thing? Then I take the conversation into the promoter realm, right? And it's offering hope. Like, I won't take up much more time, but what I look at this as is like, I want to be really transparent. I was like so against the concept of network marketing before I found Prove It because I didn't, one, understand it and like take the time to really research it. But secondly, there was this like kind of weird vibe of people like writing into my DMs and I didn't like it. So I knew that if I took this challenge on and really sharing my love for ketone with my audience, that I was going to be authentic and I was going to have to be confident and bold because I will tell you this, if you're in the keto world, it's a hard world and you're gonna encounter some obstacles, right? But I challenge you to dig really deep and find confidence in your why and find confidence in why you're taking ketones and why you're sharing it. Because it's not about the sleazy sliding into people's DMs and trying to get them to join your tribe. It's about really giving them an opportunity that they could completely change their life. Because the last thing I'll say is I never in a million years expected 7 months ago to start sharing something that was working for me while I was keto to completely catapult my life. Like I have an 8-to-5 job and it sucks right now, but I am not the least bit worried because one, I have ketones and I'm like level. I mean, but I'm always still like, but that's not a focus thing. That's just like, I just say whatever comes out, but I'm like chill when it comes to this fear. Like, don't you want to share the ability to be a little bit more at peace with your anxiety with people? Like, if there's one thing that I think people want right now, like, yes, fat loss, yes, people want energy, but like, dude, like, if you could just chill out and stop being scared about what's going on, wouldn't you want to share that and give people the opportunity to make money doing it? Like, you're giving them a gift of hope. So tangents over. The last little line I will share, I promise it's the last one, is it's all about relationships and being human. So don't get caught up if you're newer in this business or just in your social media game. Don't be so caught up in how to say it the right way. I would challenge you to just be really authentic. And if that is saying, hey, like, I'm not a scientist and I don't really know how they work. I just know that they work. And I would love to give you the opportunity to try them. Like, I can send you a couple if you just try. Or you can get like a bigger variety pack. It's like a little more bang for your buck in terms of like per packet. And it's called the 10-day challenge. You can go down that road. Like, I don't sell 10 days anymore personally. Or, I mean, it could be just, hey, like, that really sucks that you lost your job. I mean, I wouldn't say it like this, but I feel for you. And like, I am here for you if you just need to talk. I have so many relationships and conversations. I don't even talk about ketones in all of them. It's just building the relationship of being a human so that they want to talk to you and they trust you. And then guess what? They're going to see the consistency in your attitude, your chilled out attitude and your demeanor and your positivity. And they're going to want what you have. So let me share. I hope that was helpful in any way. And I love you guys. I'm so pumped to be on this team. And for all you newbies on the team, thanks for showing up today. There were a few I texted tonight and I was like, bro, if you can get on, please do. Love you guys. So thank you. Thanks. There's one last robot.
Thank you. No, I absolutely love it. It was like, seriously, like one of the things, like when I reached out to her is like, okay, so many people will message me, right? And Chrissy doesn't know this, but like, she's gonna find out now. But like, I'll get messages all the time from people that are like, I want to hear from Chrissy, like, what did she do to grow her Instagram? How does she have such a big following? And the thing I always respond to people, and I'm like, just watch, like, it's authentic and it's value on top of value on top of value over and over and over again. And exactly, like, she's consistent. And like, can you feel that in her voice, like that her intention behind sharing this opportunity with people? And I think one of the things that we always get really caught up on, especially in a time like this, is that people are like, well, people aren't thinking about that. But like, we do have this opportunity. We do have this dollar. Are you kidding me, you guys? Like this $1 keto club, like she said hope. And I like wrote that down and circled it 3 times. And I'm like, yeah, like this is hope for people. And maybe it's not like they just talked about on our COC, like even just the resell of these trial packs to people that could give somebody anywhere between like $180, $300 in, you know, their first couple of weeks, depending on what they're selling and doing whatever. But like, what if like someone needed that $150, like, and that allowed them to breathe a little bit easier for groceries in the next upcoming month or something like that. Like we have that. And so I think like when she's talking about stuff like this and she's talking about hope, it's her intention behind it. And also the building of relationships, because like, if you guys, we talk about it all the time. Like if you're not building relationships with people, like what are you doing, right? Like what are you actually doing? Because like that's exactly what is going to build your business, because it builds trust, it builds loyalty. Like if I reach out, if like the promoters that are my personally sponsored, they're on this call right now, like if I would have just built a relationship, I messaged them because they tried ketones one time and I was like, hey, do you see the dollar keto club? Like, oh my gosh, like you should become a promoter. They'd be like, yeah, okay. But like, this is the time to build those relationships. Ask, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? Like, how is homeschool going right now? Right? Like, so many people are in just a different situation. So I wrote down a couple things. I just said, share with energy, right? Like, and positivity. And she's like that. And I liked how she says she like get up and jump around or do something. Guys, like literally slam unleashed and then go live on Facebook. I promise you, like my entire business catapulted because I drank ketones and went live one night and I was like, okay, here we go. Like just sharing what's happening, right? Because they could feel my energy. So like get energetic about it. Using this dollar keto club to drive conversation. So going back and following up with those people from the past, right? Drive curiosity, which I love, like her polls. And I love, it's like my favorite hack is like never do like yes, no in your polls when it comes to like the keto conversation, right? Like always do like I used to always be like, yeah, I totally want a 10-day. And my other one would be like, I want to stay tired and sleepy, right? Like whatever I was talking about. And like, no one would ever click on that. Right. So like, or I need to know more. Right. So keep it positive and use those polls, and you can do it on your, like, you can do it on your Facebook page. There's just so many different ways that you can do that. And then using it as a way to sell trials. So like beginning the conversation and then filtering them based on like, where are they going? Like, have they tried ketones in the past and we're ready to have that promoter conversation? Or have they, they don't even know what ketones are. We've had this conversation before, and like getting them into a trial pack. So I thought, thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. And taking your time out of tonight. What do you call it? Is Sam, is she on here? I can't see her. Is she back on?
I'm back.
Hey, you're not cutting out.
Can everyone hear me now?
Yes. Thank you so much. Listen, everybody's Wi-Fi is all messed up because we're all on it all the time.
Right. Okay. So let's try this again. Sorry, guys. As I was saying, I actually showered today and washed my hair tonight when I was asked to talk. So I was asked to talk about things that helped me be successful with this. I'm new. I started in January, thanks to Macy. And she has been an amazing leader for our team. She literally, the energy this girl has, before I started ketones, I would always say, she's my neighbor. And I would always like see all of her posts and be like, who the hell is that energetic 24/7? There's no way. Like, this girl is like, what is she really drinking? But she convinced me to try it, and I did. And hello, I was sold. So just some tips for all the new people that have signed up being promoters last couple days and with the Dollar Club. I made some notes, some things that work personally for me, and I know a number of people on our team. Never letting our group go to sleep. Schedule your post at night. That's one thing Macy constantly always tells us. She'll send us a thing before, like late at night. Make sure your posts are scheduled for the next day. Hello, everyone's busy, especially with everything going on right now. I know being home, it's a different ball game for me because I work full time. So I'm trying to schedule my posts to get that going because I now am a homeschool mom all of a sudden. So being real, people want to hear authenticity. They don't want, just the fake slap a simple meme up or anything. Show them who you really are. Funny memes, obviously, right now, to lighten the mood are always a good thing. But you have to kind of be careful with some of the ones that are affected with everything that's going on right now. I personally have been showing videos of my home life. Again, I'm a busy mom. I work full time, but now that I'm home, I'm showing videos of, cooking with my little one, showing that I'm a full-time mom, just like most everyone else is, and that you can still do this business. Sharing recipes. Oh, this is another big one. Sharing recipes of what I actually make. No one wants to see a stock picture from, or from Pinterest of what someone made that's a keto recipe. They want to see what you're making. How did it turn out? Was it a fail? Sometimes they're fails. It's okay. Show it. Be real. Another thing is my binder. Thanks to Macy and Melissa B. I've got my binder, got everything for follow-ups to reach out to customers. I've got customer contact lists, what their favorite flavors are, when the last time they ordered that it could be coming up that they're about to order again. I've had a couple people that, due to everything going on, they've had to cancel their Smart Ship. I've still reached out to them to let them know you're not alone in this. I'll still help you with your keto journey. I get it. You can't afford the ketones right now, but once everything dies down, we'll get you back on track. Just showing that you genuinely care for them. They're not just another sale. It's a hard, difficult, unpredictable time right now for everyone. So just showing that you really are genuinely caring for them. Another thing that we started doing with our team is sending out surprise gifts and the packets, the trial packets. That was a lot of fun for a lot of people that I've had in the past couple weeks that have never tried ketones. Sending, cookbook, keto cooking magazines or recipe books. Let's see, I did a waffle maker, a frother, a water bottle, a shaker, just things for especially first time customers to get them excited, to show that, oh, wow, this is some fun mail and all that. Let's see. Like Chrissy pointed on, sharing your own content, making your own content, make it fun, make it different, make it stand out, and not just the blurbs, that get pulsed out. Show that it's something different. And a personal one for me that really keeps me going is hitting the leaderboards. I never thought it was a big deal. And then when you see your name on the leaderboards, it's exciting. You're like, oh, wow, my name's up there again this month or this week. That makes me feel good. And I want to keep pushing harder and to see okay, can I make it to the next one, the next week or the next month, whatever. And like Trish always says, during power hour calls, find your people, get in the groups to reach out to people that you genuinely connect with, not just I'm a boy mom, I'm going to connect better with, boy moms, because hello, boys are crazy. I don't know anything about girls and, the pageant moms and all that. I'm not going to connect with those people. I'm going to connect with the boy moms and talk about boy things, so find your people in groups. They're going to be more willing to listen to, hear you out and everything. Let's see. Oh, and another thing Macy told me to touch on. I personally, again, was discouraged and frustrated. Again, I've only been doing Prove It since the end of January. And there was people that started after me within our team that were getting promoters left and right. I'm like, wow, am I ever going to get a promoter? I feel like all these people want to try them and continue doing SmartShip and stuff, but I haven't found anyone that wants to be a promoter. And Mace kept telling me, be persistent, just wait. Your person's coming. You don't want just any promoter. You want someone that is going to give it their all like you do. You want someone that is going to, feed into it like you do. And it finally paid off, and I got my girl Jenny, and I'm so excited because she's my kind of people. She's actually one of my old coworkers, and this is right up her alley. She loves ketones. It's changed her world. So I'm so glad I listened to Macy, because I would just text her, be like, what the hell am I doing? What am I saying wrong? Why aren't these people listening to me? And Jenny, she's on board and she's killing it already. And I'm so excited. So just be real, share from your heart, share your life. No one wants to see just, oh, here's another post. Show the bad things, show the good things, everything. Follow up. Oh, and another thing, again, I work full time, and getting on the power hours, show up, get on the calls. Even though I'm working, I'll put my earbuds in and during work, and I'll be typing away at work, but I'm still listening to everyone that's talking on power hour. And I may not be able to say anything, but I'm still listening, because every day it's something different, someone different, and they have a different perspective or a different thing to say, and I'll remember it. And sometimes I'll jot it down and be like, okay, I need to remember this, and I'll go home and put it in my notebook. I've got. So show up to the calls, show up to the power hours. Even if you can't participate, listen. You'll hear something different from someone else that, will maybe turn something else out for you. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Sorry, I was typing. Thank you so much. No, thank you for sharing that. Are you guys all taking notes, taking down things that she said? Because there was a lot of really, really good nuggets. Yes, I love when people just hold up their notes heck yeah, we're rolling with this. I love it. But again, like being authentic, like being authentic, you guys, like especially during this time, right? Like building those connections and like reaching out to people and building those relationships, like that is exactly like what this time is really used for. I love the idea, and I'm like super excited to do this. Like the Dash waffle makers, you guys, are like $6 on Amazon. Like you could bless people, your customers or your people that have trial packs with that, or like one of those frothers. When Chrissy sent me a a magenta frother, a milk frother, like just because I was like, that's super cute. And I could see it because my dog takes my packages and takes them out to the, like really like an acre over. And I could see this bright hot pink package. I was like, what is that? But like that frother, you guys, like, I was like, oh my gosh, how many people here has received a postcard from Prove It or something about like, oh, it's like Cinco de Mayo or Mother's Day or whatever it is, right? Like even those little things, like they do that for a reason, because like it makes you feel seen and it makes you feel loved. And so like this is a really good time to like love up and connect with your customers, connect with your people, like continue building and fostering that relationship. Especially like, and I love, so glad that Maisie had you touch on that at the end, that like it's really easy to get discouraged, right? Like the more you look at what everyone else is doing means that you're actually not doing anything over here. You're literally steering your car towards the pole, like pull, 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 and you're going to smash it, right? Because you're watching what everyone else is doing. That means you're not getting your own work done, which is why power hours are awesome, because you see everyone else working. You're like, oh, I best get to work. And it's just exactly, Melissa, like it's just super, super, super simple. So I just have like 5 tips that I just want to kind of throw out there and share with you guys. And then if anybody else wants to kind of share something, like just let me know. Just like take yourself off mute when I'm done, and then we can wrap this up. Because I know some of you guys get little ones there, and we got all stuff going on. But I'm just excited to talk to like humans that aren't just Travis and teaching a 5-year-old. Right now it feels really nice. Okay, so again, the first tip I'm going to give you, like things to focus on over this time to help us like how can you grow your business? How can you continue with the energy, right? Because speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And whether you're like, well, you know, I'm not a leader yet. You are a leader. You're on this call, right? You're leading yourself every single day. You're leading your household. You're leading your friends, whatever it is. You're leading your circle of influence that you have right now. And that could be one person. That could be 5 people. It could be 100 people. It could be 30,000 people, right? But everyone has a circle of influence. So like speed of the leader, speed of the pack, like how are you showing up? So the first thing is exactly what we were just talking about. So I'm super glad that Sam just shared that, is love on your current customers. Like, have you reached out to your customers to just say, hey, I'm just checking in. Like, how are you doing right now? Like all of my trial pack customers, I've been voice memoing them. My first question wasn't like, hey, what's up? Like, what day are you on with ketones? It's every single time I reach out to them, it's been, hey, like, so I'm just going to say Sharon. Hey, Sharon, what's up? How are you doing? Like, I know that you're home with your 2 little ones right now. Like, how are things going? Like, is your husband at home too right now? Like, tell me what's happening. And I'm letting them process and share what's going on at their house so that I can like, and I'm not doing it like in like a salesy way. Like, number one, it just helps me relate to them. It helps me understand like, what are they going through? And it builds that genuine, authentic relationship with them. So go love up on them. Go send them a thank you card. Be like, guys, like, I don't know if e-card is still a thing, but you can still create digital cards somewhere where you could literally just go and send digital thank you cards to all of your people, or just say, hey, what's up, right? The mini waffle maker, like those, I know e-card, is that a thing? Are you my mom? I feel like I should be. I feel like I should be your mom right now. But like anything, like you could do, like there's so many different ways that you can connect with people right now. Like just go get a thank you card and handwrite out something and just be like, just thinking of you during this time, just wanted to say hi, right? Like throw stickers in there, throw anything in there, throw a packet of cream that you have in there, like just something to say, hi, I love you, I'm thinking of you. If you are brand spanking new and you're on this call right now, you're like, well, I don't have customers, I don't have trial pack customers. Go love up on the people in your warm market right now. Again, go back to that circle of influence that you already have and just check in on those people. Check in on your coworkers. Check in on your friends and your family. Like you giving and breathing and sharing your love and your light with other people, like that's going to overflow into other people. over and over and over again. So just check in with people, find out like, how are they doing? Number two, and we just got some of these tips from this last call, and some of them I already had written down, but set your mind right for the day, every single day. So how many people here wake up before their kids? Okay. You're like, and if you don't have kids, I get it, right? Wake up, give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, you guys. like set your mind right every single solitary day. Like, how is your day going? I can't. You can do like 5 minutes, right? Or at least give yourself time in your room, 5 or 10 minutes before opening the door and going out there to like the humans and the hats, right? Like, cause I know for me, like, as soon as Griff wakes up, right, and as like I come out of my room and it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm making lunch, I'm doing this, I'm putting things away, I'm picking up shoes, I'm folding laundry, right? My brain starts going to all these other things where I didn't have a chance to give myself like set my intentions for the day and practice gratitude in the morning. So like make sure that you're practicing gratitude throughout the day. Build connections with people, right? Like give yourself time to go like meditate and relax or breathe. Like it's okay to go in your room and shut the door and just be like, I gotta breathe for a second. It's okay to go in your pantry and shut the pantry. Just like don't eat an entire sleeve of Oreos in there. I promise you, it's not always the answer, okay? I mean, I've been there. But like seriously, give yourself a chance to breathe and like really be aware of the thoughts that you're having. And so I heard this story from one of our friends. She was talking about, there was this interview with this astronaut, right? And something happened like when they're in space and they're about to like reorbit into Earth, right? They have to recalibrate every 10 seconds or they have to recalibrate every 10 seconds to make sure that they were on the right path, right? So that they didn't miss the thing to the atmosphere, whatever special thing they had to hit to make it sure that they got into our atmosphere correctly, right? Safely. So every 10 seconds they had to recalibrate. And so like that has really stuck with me where like I'm really setting my intentions to recalibrate my mind every 10 minutes because like I can be in the kitchen and I can feel awesome and great. And then 5 minutes later, Griff could be having a fit because I put mayo on a sandwich instead of mustard, right? Recalibrate, like, and I can feel myself, right? Like, oh, recalibrate. The news is on, recalibrate. They're talking about this, recalibrate. Oh my gosh, I just found out school's canceled for the rest of the year, recalibrate. But like recalibrating all of the time, like, is this helpful for me? Am I being positive, right? Set your intention, even do it, like set your phone. Like right now, it's okay if you set your phone to go off every 30 minutes with just like a little, like, don't make it like a loud, annoying sound, but like a nice calming sound that would just say like recalibrate, like, all right, recalibrating, like, I got this, I'm in charge of this, I'm in charge of my own thoughts, like I can do this. But like, I just be in charge of your mind, right? Make sure that you are in charge of that and make sure that it's in the right space. Number 3, language. Think about the language you're using when you talk to people about this opportunity, right? Think about how you're posting, how you're sharing. I love that every Sam and Chrissy both stated like, hey, this is about being authentic, right? If you're just like, hey, dollar promoter opportunity, join for the dollar dream and you can change your life, like that's awesome. Where's your story in that? Where's the language in that? Are you checking in with people? Are you being like, hey, like all of my current customers or any of my people that have trial packs, like I've literally voice memoed them yesterday and today, and I was like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Sam? How are everything going? And then I wait for them to respond, like, yeah, I just wanted to check in. Did you hear about the Dollar Keto Club? Like, have you heard of it yet? And then I go from there, right? Like, I'm not just like going out being like, hey, I see that you're at home right now. I have this income that I make at home and I wanted to know if you wanted to make an income at yourself, because some people can be really sensitive to that. So like be sensitive to the language that you're using and make sure that it is like, it's not about being salesy. It's about literally like, what is your intention? Think of the intention that you have when you're talking to people about this. And like, honestly, you guys, like I had some people, like I literally had like 3 people sign up with this dollar thing, because they literally, and like, I was like, oh, that's actually true. They literally said to me, they're like, I just got 3 boxes of ketones for less than 2 boxes of ketones. And I was like, yeah, I mean, if that, like, sure, maybe they might end up promoting or not, but like, they literally purchased it for that reason. So like, that's like, so some of the people that are customers that are like, yeah, I really am not interested in promoting. I'm like, that's awesome. If you want like an opportunity, something like this, like you could get 3 boxes for 2 right now because people are looking to save money. And then that might be something that you build on later. And they're like, absolutely. Because maybe a week from now or 2 weeks from now or sometime in the summer, that might be something that they want to pursue. So think about your language. Number 4 is schedule. So Sam already said like scheduling her things at night, right? Like make sure you're scheduling like not just your posts, but schedule your day. And I'm not saying like you don't need the color coded board, right? Like you do what you got to do, but like schedule your day, schedule your power hours. I talk about like, and I've been sharing this in my stories a lot. Like I keep talking about mom crack, right? Like mom crack millionaire, right? Like being all in does not have to mean all of the time. Same thing with being a parent and being a mom. I don't need, like, I'm homeschooling. I don't need to be like on top of Griff every second of the day. There are things that he can do that are independent. So I can sneak away and I can get a couple things done. I can message my people, but schedule it out. Like this business doesn't have to be built in 5-hour blocks a day. Some people don't have that right now. But like, can you schedule an hour out a day? Can you schedule out those 15, 20-minute little mom cracks of time where you can be like, I gotta go to the bathroom and shut yourself in the bathroom? And like my husband does it for 45. I feel like I should have 15, right? Like, so sorry, guys that are on here. But like, I should be able to go for 15 minutes, right? And like be able to just like do something and like get something done. Maybe it's following up, maybe it's prospecting, maybe it's just getting through and following up people that I've been talking to or making a story or doing whatever that is. But like schedule that out, schedule out your posts and make sure you're scheduling in those 2 p.m. power hours, you guys. Like I'm not kidding. Like I've learned so much from some of the leaders that are on there, all of the leaders on there pretty much. I've learned something and I've taken something new away from it that I can implement into my business every single day. And then number 5 is lead yourself. And so I don't know about you, but like in the comments, can I get like a 1? If you feel like you have gone into the deep end of the quarantine 15 where you're like snacking a little bit more than you used to, right? Like maybe you've fallen off the working out, like 100% transparency, you guys. Like last week was an entire shit show for me. Like I stress ate, I emotionally ate a lot of things. Like I'm pretty sure I ate 3 bags of like the jelly bean, like the Starburst jelly beans, like all 3 bags in like 2 days. Like I didn't even care. And that's just not who I am. But do you know what that made me do? It made me feel like crap. So like lead yourself, like just be mindful of the choices of the food that you're eating so that you're not feeling like crap. Because if you feel like crap and you're watching crap and you're consuming crap, whether it's on your phone, right? Like you're literally trying to like, you're consuming all of this fear and all of this stuff. Like we get to be the light, right? So like you can't be the light and you can't pour from yourself if you feel the way that you feel. I know. That's exactly why I feel too, right? But like you can't pour from an empty cup. So like think about what you're feeding yourself, and it's not from any other standpoint except for your own mental, emotional, and physical well-being, okay? Move your body. It doesn't have to be a workout, you guys. Like throw yourself at like exactly what Chrissy said. Like she jumps up and down or she'll do whatever to get herself amped before going on an Instagram. What if you just spent like 30 minutes or 15 minutes doing a dance party in your living room or going in your bedroom and throwing on music and just backing that ass up or doing whatever you have to do? You want to make me feel like a mom? That makes me feel like a mom saying that right now. But like, do you know what I mean? Like just being able to have fun and literally like get your body moving, get things going again, because people are watching you right now. Every single person is on their phone. We've talked about it. They are watching you. They are watching what you're doing. You get to be that beacon of light. You get to be the certainty in this storm, even if you're uncertain about what's going to happen. you can be certain of who you are right now. You can be certain of this opportunity. You can be certain of this community, and you can be certain of the person that you are becoming because of this. And that's the certainty, and that's the person, and that's the positivity that you get to put out in the world, because they're watching you. They're shoving hot Cheetos down their throats like it ain't nobody's business right now. We're all gonna come out of this. We're not gonna have lashes. Everyone's gonna have, like, I don't even know what color my hair. It's gonna be gray probably. I haven't seen. I don't know if I have grays, but it probably is gonna be, right. Like, we're all gonna come out of this. Like, so many people, they're gonna feel like crap. But like exactly what Sam said about Macy, she was like, what the hell is this girl drinking? Like, why is she so positive? Why are so many people attracted to Chrissy, right? It's because of the person they are and the energy that they're sharing. And you can't be the best version of yourself while treating yourself like garbage every single day. So make sure that you're leading yourself and you're going from there. So those are my 5 tips. Melissa B. Yeah, of course you can.
Hey, I've got something just really quick, and it's a combination of what Chrissy said and then some green brain stuff. And I'm not normally green brain, but BU taught me something really important this week that I want to make sure people understand. So when this first launched, I was like, oh my God, all my customers can buy this. This is going to be great. But so I did the 3-pack thing that Chrissy said, which is already blowing up. Like, who loves these 3 flavors? And when I hit those people up, I'm going to talk to them about the business opportunity. If they don't want to do that, though, I'm going to offer coupons, or maybe even a 3 or 6-pack trial of those 3 flavors. And here's why, from a green brain perspective, is when somebody is a customer under us, we earn 40% of the BV as commission. Okay. So 40%, for people that aren't green brain, you're like, you already lost me. So $16 a box if they're a customer. However, if they're a promoter under us, but they don't actually plan on promoting, they just sign up as a promoter because it's $1 right now, we only earn 5% of the BV. So we actually give ourselves a huge pay cut. We only earn like $2 a box on those people. And so, but there's also something to say. There's a bunch of people on my team that are like, I joined but didn't plan on promoting, and like, look at me now, I just earned a car. So I say that lightly because I think sometimes people just need to get their feet wet, and then they realize what an incredible community we have. So if you see that in people, like, oh yeah, just drink these, you're gonna be great. But then you add them to all the team pages and you start loving on them, and then they start promoting. There are definitely people like that. But I have this grandma that's 75 and she's like, oh my God, 40% off. I'm like, I don't want you to buy this pack because then I'm giving myself a pay cut on your purchases from here on out. You don't really want to promote. Here's a really big coupon. Go get 2 of these flavors cheaper. Do you know what I mean? Because that BV, really, the green brain part is like, oh, we don't just want everybody and their brother signing up with this unless they're going to promote or get their feet wet, and then we're going to love on them and get them to promote. So BU taught me that this week. So when I follow up with those people after I did the Chrissy post, I'm leading with the business opportunity, feeling them out. If they're not into it, I'm going to offer a 3-pack, 6-pack, or a coupon. So just want to throw that out there.
I'm muted. Thank you. Thank you. And that's a really good point. Like, because it's not like we're just selling these boxes to sell them. It is really getting a feel of who they are. Is this someone that like you've talked to about promoting in the past, and maybe they're like, or is it like that dream promoter that you're like, okay, like if I can just get them to get this and start sharing it, and we could talk about like referrals and stuff like that. Like, you just have to judge and you have to know about that. Like, where is that going to be going from there? Oh my God, my gram signed right up. Well, yeah, I had people sign up because they just got the email. So they were like, oh, I was like, oh, hey.
That's not a bad thing. Like, if you got people that signed up and you're like, oh shit, I wish it, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's never a bad thing to start growing this. Like, don't take it that way. I'm just being like really careful about the way that I word it, because I don't want every customer to be like 40% off, cha-ching, you know, like, I want people to see this as a business to start. But if your grandma signs up, hey, your grandma deserves a discount. You love her anyway. You don't want her to pay full price. No.
It's so true. All right. So I don't think there was anybody else that had anything to share. But I hope you guys got value from this call. Thank you so much to Chrissy and Sam for sharing. You guys rocked it. You provide so much value. I know that I took a ton of notes from this. But really, guys, just going into the rest of this week, just like remember, like, recalibrate, refocus, and like fill your heart with what you need that you want to fill the world with, right? And move forward that way. But I love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m.